Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. Woo! I think
Oh
it
no, we
worked
better not
out.
swear.
Oh
Within the
no,
first 30
how
seconds.
dare.
Oh yeah, you're not monetized yet.
Right? I was just waiting for Itachi to just start swearing like a
What?
sailor.
Swear chaining?
Yeah,
Combo breaker.
exactly. All right.
I'm not that much of a dick.
We are doing that. Okay. So, where we left off last time, you guys did some shopping. You get you were sort of sorry, Varan, Kopak, Misai, and Najma were doing shopping, and they got approached by a yellow cast person who passed a note to Varan, telling them to meet them at the persimmon. The persimmon, it sort of said it was in the Orange District, so you are right next to the Lightline station. So you are taking the light line out to the basically the persimmon, the household, whatever that is, and you're headed there on your way. Your two companions, Mela and Corey, have not been present. They have disappeared to do their own tasks, specifically for fixing Mela's voice. You have left the Peacock, whether or not for good. I did not believe you took all your stuff. Did you take all your stuff?
I took all my stuff.
Okay. Okay.
I want to leave my research behind. People can go through it.
Yes. All right. So you guys are doing that. You guys are on the light line. You pass through the yellow district. You see factories everywhere. There's just so many different like there's factories, there's smoke, and like it doesn't you can't really smell it, but there's a lot of like sort of musk and grunge sort of like foggy stuff on everything. It doesn't look necessarily clean or like this is definitely a place where Kopak you would be intimately familiar with uh, a place where a lot of work is being done of a mechanical or chemical nature. As you pass through, um, there isn't also as much decoration here as there was specifically in the shopping center that you guys were at, or in other parts of town that you have seen. You pass through, you cross the line into what is the Orange District, and you get off at the first stop. And there is a street. I can draw things. There's a street. So you guys are right about there. That is way too thick. That's thick boy. So there's a street that pretty well divides the line between orange and yellow. You guys are at this point. You guys are at this point about right here.
The "You Are Here" star points you here.
Yes, I'm trying to find. There's a way to get it bigger. File, duplicate, avert, export. There's a way to get the actual canvas. There we go. Canvas bigger. Perfect. All right. Anyway,
Now we gotta find this Persephone place.
now you need to find it. Yes.
Vernon would have told us, right? Before he
Yes,
mysteriously fell asleep.
he is with you guys. He is going to sort of. He knows that he doesn't really know much more than you guys do. He knows that he's supposed to meet you guys at a place, these guys at a place called the Persimmon, but he doesn't really
Mhm.
know much about where it is or what it's doing. So, find your
Well, I guess we start asking around.
Okay. You see a couple people on the street. These people, um, you can tell that this is very obviously sort of the pleasure district, as a lot of these people are wearing not a lot, and they happen to be, very sort of gorgeous looking people.
So we're in Brothel Town.
Yes, yes, you are.
Oh boy.
Um,
Who do I see? Who's the first one I see that I'll go ask
First one you
if they know
see
where this place
is
is?
a woman. She, a human woman, has orange hair. Just dressed kind of, sort of, almost what you think of like a gypsy style. Um, like lots of skin showing, lots of everything showing. Um, and you go up to her. She goes, "Hi, how can I help you? You looking for a good time, mister?"
I'm looking for the Persephone, if you know where that's at, perchance.
Persephone. Well, I don't know anything about that. You wouldn't happen to mean the persimmon?
Probably yes.
All right. So that's just down the street there. That's actually one of my sister's houses. So tell them Molly sent you. All right.
I will, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Have a good
I'm sorry, did
time,
she say Molly? Did she say Molly or Mommy?
Molly.
Molly.
Tell her mommy sent you.
I
Oh
mean,
god. That's probably the name of the owner, but let's not go there.
Get out.
They're usually either mommy or madam.
yeah. All right. So you guys walk down the street. You see. Does any of you actually know what a persimmon is?
Yes, it is a fruit.
Good job. It is a fruit.
Get out of the trash, you goblin.
Thank you, Dad.
Sorry, you're stealing the wrapper to my taco.
What a little
Good.
stinky man.
Sink. All right. So you guys. I'm just trying to figure out this freaking map. You guys walk down the street. You see there's a brothel. It is about right here. It is the largest one in the vicinity.
Question.
Yes.
Can I just because of like literally what happened last session, could I try to could I attempt to roll to see um if um sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Um God. Uh roll to see if there are any suspicious characters around.
Go ahead, roll a perception check.
Roll a perception. Okay, give me 2 seconds here. I rolled a 10. And sorry, I'm trying to pull up my sheet. My 10 perception is +3. So 13.
Okay.
What do I get?
You don't think there's anyone following you. All right. So, okie dokie. Oh,
So I waddle my way towards the building.
yeah, so you go waddle. You guys go towards the building. You see, let me get this up for you. No, no. Stop. Come on.
Stream die.
I know. Can you see the map?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You walk into this
Yeah.
building. There seems to be 2 stories. On the first story, you come in through the door. You're welcomed by a couple of people. And yes, people, not girls. There are multiple different genders and types, and yes, there's not just girls here. They say, "Hello, welcome. How can we help you? What are you looking for tonight? Some entertainment or some company? Or both?"
I push Varen towards them
Okay.
since he's supposed to know where we're supposed to go.
What I was playing Varen. Thank you. Varen kind of goes up and says, "Yeah, I got a note from Esmond. Said, you know, here. Says, oh yes, we've been expecting you. All right. Go ahead, go up this, go through this way, past the kitchens, and then to the very end of the hallway and up the stairs. Getting all of my freaking things in order. I am not prepared for today's session. Does it show? All right, so you guys go up the stairs, unless you guys want to get food or something. But you guys basically bypass all of that, go up the stairs. And the layout of the upstairs is almost exactly the same. I didn't make a map for this. It is pretty much all beds on this top half of the map. The bottom half of the map is also all beds. Pretty simple. And there's one large meeting room right above where the dining room is. You sort of tentatively walk in there. It's guarded by a couple of people, namely the tiefling sort of leader of the Black Flag, who's apparently been waiting for you guys. And he says, "Oh yes, welcome. Come on in." You guys walk in. There's a lot of people there, and they seem to be in much more of a cheery and happy mood than well, the only one who had really seen them was Misai. So they greet you
Isai and
in.
Varen were the only two to see them before.
Right. Yes. So Misai and Varen. So um they come in, you are offered seats.
I guess I'll sit for now.
Okay.
I
Okay.
sit too.
Okay. So you guys come in, you sit down. Philip sort of goes to the center table and says, "All right, so we have more or less a concrete plan. Now that our advisor Varen has, advised us. So here's our plan." And he basically pulls out a map, and he sort of holds it up to show you guys. And I'm gonna switch back because I can. All right. So he holds it up, and he's going to start. And he's going to basically start pointing out things. If any of you have a piece of paper, like say Kopak, if he has a piece of paper, he's more than welcome to write this down. So he sort of starts to outline the plan. Varen is mostly just nodding along, sort of pointing out here and there, and all interjecting, sort of like yes or no. So basic plan, as Philip explains, is for people who normally work in the Yellow District to go to their work, and except that every small little group will have 1 or 2 extra people. So it looks like just people going to work. However, um, as they go to work, they have they have figured out how many people is the bare minimum to operate these factories, and the rest of them will come in to the city for the celebration. No, don't do that. Why are you doing this? Hello? Okay. So they'll be coming into the city for the celebration. Celebration will be taking place right here, which is the platform of the sun, right next to the Imperial Palace. This is where it takes place every year, he explains, and it takes place at the noon of the day, at the high point of the sun, which is technically a little bit past noon, and it has a massive obelisk that sits at the end of the dock, and it collects the energy from the sun, and that is what helps one to power the city, and also supposedly fuel the powers of um, like the magic powers of the people, specifically those in indigo, blue, and violet classes. So he says that everybody will be meeting here. Mostly it will be the rulers themselves will be, he draws it out for you. They will be the one of them will be right here, that is the wife, and then the other one will be down here on the docks. There is a ship that is prepared to take them away, go the back way into the palace, so they do not have to go in through the rest of the people. The majority of the purple ranks will be right here. The blue ranks will be right here, intermixed with the green that starts sort of right here. Everybody else sort of has to jostle for where they can stand, but you do get intermingling, and if you're very, very lucky, you can get up here, but you just have to push a lot of people and keep your head down, sort of thing. Pretend to be a servant of a noble person. And so he explains that the plan that going off of what Lauren said, there is construction going on at one of the buildings right here. And so they will be setting, this is the one that the Seder, Pierre, said that he would create a distraction and he will run through this way. Then Tristan, who does the electricity work, will create, and you guys notice this, that he's going to create a distraction around here near the peacock. And you're like, yes. Misai is very happy about that. And he's going to cause all the electrical signals and things over here to sort of go out. Technically, it's not electricity, it's powered by light, but he kind of turns to you guys and he says, this is our basic plan. We're going to have sort of the lights go out, and then we're going to have Pierre run through the construction. As soon as we see that the lights go out, they're going to pull Chase through this area, get close enough to the docks that the guards can see him, and then run across the streets and then up through here. So the guards will be able to see sort of where he's coming from and where he's going. Pull them away from the crowd. We also have our two friends over here, and he points to a pretty petite looking fae who kind of waves their hand. Colette says that they can use charming spells to make sure that the guards are, charmed, and points to a human, and says he said that he can use like freeze spells to sort of get them frozen in place. So that will be going on over here. And Varn is like, yes, very good. This is exactly what we talked about. This is no contact. The spells are only used to stop them, to disable them. You're not fighting anybody. Nobody is fighting. Nobody is dying. Is that understood? And everybody sort of goes, yes, got it. And Philip sort of says, yes, we got the message. We're good. Any other comments that you guys want to add or concerns? While they're doing this, we are going to sort of converge up by the purple ranks, and sort of start shouting and making a disruption and saying, we want rights. We're not, like, this isn't fair. There is a chance that the goddess herself might show up. It happens very rarely, but there are times that she does grace us with her presence during this celebration, this festival. We're not sure what to do if she shows up, but it's a very slight chance.
This might be perhaps why Varnin asked me to come along. I do have armor I could sell you guys.
Oh,
give you guys a little bit more
armor.
protection while you're in the front lines.
Yes. What you do make magic armor? We would need. And he kind of thinks and like looks around the room. All right. Our main people who are going to be up and sort of, out in the crowd are going to be myself, Adelaide. She raised her hand. She's a fire genasi. You can kind of tell by how she's dressed. She probably works at one of these brothels. he says, "Well, Pierre might need one too." Uh, the satyr kind of raises his hand. Um, we got Marguerite. You guys met before, right? Yes. Uh, got Marguerite. Um, Esmond as well. You met him on your way here. You see the sort of taller human man with blonde hair sort of wave at you. And then Tristan. No, sorry, not Tristan. Tristan's missing a leg. Do you make? I see that you have a metal arm. Do you make legs as well?
Yeah, yes, it's something I've been working on.
Okay. Well, we have quite a few people, I guess, who would benefit from armor, as we will be in a rather hostile crowd. How much do you have? We don't have a lot of money, but how much do you have on you? How much can you make with by tomorrow?
I have 3 sets of scale mail ready to go.
Okay.
If he wants a leg, it'll probably take me the night or a few hours to build one. At least
Only a
one where he
few
can move
hours.
around easier.
Yes, well, he's
If
missing.
he wants more something with more dexterity and like fluid movement, it would probably take me a few days. But if he wants one at least to like limp around with, it'll take me
I
around
see.
8 to 10 hours.
Okay. Um, the scale mail, how much do you price that at?
Are
We
we
don't
just going
have
with
much.
the normal person?
Yeah. You can go with whatever you want. Um,
Because the normal scale mail price is 50 GP.
mhm. So you can tell them whatever you want to tell them.
Yeah, we'll start with the 50. They're 50 each.
50 silver? I think they can do 50 silver, right? Kind of
Sorry,
looks around it.
50 gold. Sorry.
Gold. Okay. I mean, between us, I believe we have what, 20 gold total? Um, okay.
Um, I would like to interject and
Yes.
I would
Yes.
like to interject and speak to Kopak. I'm gonna. I'll probably have to try and roll a persuasion on this. But basically, I want to ask him to basically, my goodness, to basically to have pity on have pity on them and or empathy rather and consider lowering his price because it is for a good cause.
Go back. It is up
Yeah,
to you if he
you're
needs
gonna
to
you're gonna have to roll really high on that one.
I want you to roll a persuasion check, Najma and Kopak. Um, I'll have you just roll straight d20.
The D20.
Yeah. Or you know what? Add
That
your charisma modifier.
it's a -1, so it's gonna be a negative. But I
Okay.
rolled a 17, so it'd be a 16.
Najma, what'd you roll?
Give me 1 second here. Damn fucking 10. I rolled an 18.
Oh,
Okay.
she beats me.
So she successfully persuades you to have pity on these poor people who are suffering through no fault of their own. Um, they can offer you some money, but not enough for what you would normally charge. Um, However, as she tells you, it's for a good cause. We've already kind of messed up and muddled with them, so they might not have a good chance after we try this. They might all, you know, get put in captivity for the rest of their lives because of us.
They need the risks. How about this? Let's do 10 gold And are any of you wizards?
They kind of look around the room. Well, nobody of us, not one of us, has real formal education in, the study of magics. It was deemed not necessary for someone of our standing. There's some of us who have inclinations towards natural magics, however, but that's about it. Like he points out the Fae, he points out some of the like himself as a tiefling and some other races that have natural magic. Some of the Genasies.
Okay, how about this then? In exchange for this armor, along with the 10 gold, you guys help me find some wizardry books. And I can self-study on my own.
We will certainly do our absolute best. Yes, we can do that.
Okay, I will keep you to this promise.
Okay. All right. We got 10 gold. He kind of goes around with like like a hat, doing like a collection plate. You get, let's see, get your 10 gold. You get 13 gold total, and 8 silver.
Cool, I can get scroll of mending.
Mm-hmm. How many chainmails do you give them?
I just give them all 3.
All 3. Okay.
If they need it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That makes me a lot lighter.
Pierre kind of goes around and or Philip sort of goes around. He holds one up to Pierre and it's like, Pierre's like, no, I'll run faster without that. And it's like, okay. It ends up going to the Fire Genasi Adelaide, Marguerite the Human, and to Stanislaus, who is getting in close range with the guards. The Fae Colette insists that they do not need them. Does not need it.
So they're normal scale mail +1. Since I'm an
Okay.
artificer, they're infused with my magic defense buff.
Perfect. All right, so they offer you food and drink, a place to stay for the night.
If I'm staying the night, I'll also ask them if they have any armor they want enhanced magically. I can do 1 per long rest or a shield. I can give them a +1.
Okay.
So they'll have to make it count since it's going to be 1.
Kind of looks around, and then looks at Esmond and says, "Do you still have your dad's old armor?" He goes, "Oh yeah, here," and he gives you plate armor that has a massive, jagged sort of. You can't tell if it was. You can tell it was done by magic, but you're not exactly sure like what sort of disaster sort of magic. But there's a giant crack running through the plate, starting sort of near the heart and running crossways across the body.
I could probably patch that with some of my scrap metal, and then I'll give it the +1 while I do my long rest.
Okay.
If it's just one big crack, as long as it's not a big hole, that's what the mending spell would be needed for.
Well, so they're like, perfect, awesome, thank you so much. Like the stuff that happened at the carp, I mean, we're glad that you found that man, but we're gonna they might be following you now, so we're gonna be yeah, we're gonna have to probably make sure that we get you some sort of disguise or get you there sort of after we're all set up, so the guards don't, go after you instead, because they're still searching for you.
Makes sense. And I'm not easily hideable.
Uh, yeah. So we got I think like one room for you got maybe two. He kind of pokes his head out the door, goes, you can hear him like talking to someone on the other side. Presumably the manager of this building, and says, yeah, we only got two rooms. House, each room only has, one bed. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, it's a festival and got a lot of company. It's just surprised they have, two rooms at all. Uh, well, I'll just hand you over. And so he leads you outside, and you see, a handsome, red tiefling, and he's kind of shows you the sharp teeth and a kind of charming but also kind of creepy smile, and says, "Well, you're our guests, shall we?" And he takes you to two rooms. They are right next to each other. How are you guys dividing them up?
I figure probably me and Vernon in one, and Misai and Najma in another.
Very well. All right.
That sounds fine.
Are you okay with that, Najma?
Yep. Yep. Sounds good.
Perfect. All right. So you guys are, unless there's anything else that you would like to do besides eat, you guys will be getting a long rest.
So did they want the extra leg or no?
He said that he's fine without it for now, since you have so many other
Okay.
projects.
Okay, I'll
I
just
mean,
work on the armor then.
he's missing more than one limb, so it's
Oh,
only
okay.
yeah. All right.
So we get our long rest stuff.
You got your long rest.
Roll for my attachment, please.
No. Itty bitty dice. Itty bitty dice is 3.
3 is rocket punch. So I will swap out missiles for rocket punch.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm good.
Okay.
I got my stuff I'm working on.
Okay. As a DM, I'm also going to tell you, I am not as prepared for this session as I should be. So we might have to be cutting it a little bit short. But
that is okay. Maybe we can maybe we can meet maybe we can meet a certain someone's character early.
no, we're getting to that. It's
Lol.
just
Lol.
the fallout of that.
Okay.
Is Itachi's character the goddess?
Damn, how'd you know?
Dang, I called it.
Darn. Well, person you heard that. Gotta remake a new character.
Well, you have about 20 minutes. Get on it.
I'm working.
All right, so you guys wake up the next morning. There's a lot of nervous energy. You can tell that people are definitely scared. But Philip is just trying to, he's definitely like scared. You can tell, but he's holding it together, trying to get everybody through this. Varin once again sort of gathers everybody together and goes, "All right, we have a plan. It's a solid plan. We just got to distract the guards, get them pulled away. Whatever you do," he points to Pierre, the satyr, "don't get caught, don't die." And he looks at all the other ones that are sort of very crucial to the part of the plan, like, don't get caught, don't die. And then he looks at the rest of everybody else. It's we're looking for peace, we're looking for equality. We need to make sure that we come in peace. We want to make a scene, but we're not going to necessarily fight. We don't want anyone to get hurt or to die. Is that understood? And everyone kind of just like looks at Philip and he's like, yeah, like nodding along. They're like, okay, all right. So people start, if they haven't already, they're heading off to work in slightly larger groups than normal. Most of them work in the yellow district or the orange. There's a couple that are in the green. That is more strictly monitored, so they can't really quite get a good excuse for being out there. However, with all the festivities about, you see a lot of people carrying, festivity supplies and mapping out on that big map that Philippe drew on the previous night. This is where you're gonna go. This is where you're gonna go. We're gonna go here, here, here. They seem, as Varin kind of comments to you guys, they seem a lot more organized than they were the previous morning, or even was it that very morning? Yeah, the previous morning. Yeah. So you guys have a couple of hours to prepare, get ready. Copac, um, you give everybody their stuff. Um, the mail and whatever else you've taken. Does anybody else have anything they want to do before the big day?
I just want that scroll I'm mending.
Okay.
If you just want to skip through that and just like spend the silver.
You would have to go back to the green district.
Oh yeah, it costs money too. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get it later then.
Okay. I'm trying to think. All right. So, Kopak, you have the option to go, try to go to the shopping district. They do tell you that while everything will be shutting down, at the, heat of the day, at the estimate of noontime for the actual festival, the shops will be open. They'll be expecting to do business. So you technically could, but they don't consider it a good idea because of the guards. But you also get the feeling that these people are very cautious, out of like extremely cautious, but some of it's part of necessity. So they're just, there's possibilities of being overly cautious, but you theoretically could go to the shopping area.
If they're already looking for me, it's probably not a good idea, especially if I go by myself.
All right.
I'm not a runner.
Alrighty. Najma, you and Misai sort of spend the morning together. You see Misai sort of take out of her bag and polish all of her darts. That you did see her use her darts earlier. And as far as you can tell, she doesn't have any other weapons. But she sort of sits in quiet contemplation, cleaning off her darts and getting them ready, putting what you assume is that paralytic poison on them. Um, and yes, you do recognize that Najma, that she has words. Oh, the color of her blowgun is a little bit unusual. You don't think it's made out of wood.
With that, then I will pipe up and ask her what it's made out of, since I noticed that unusual detail.
Kopak, by the way, Varin sleeps on the floor.
I kind of figured he'd sleep on the bed since I am large.
He basically pushed you onto the bed and said, "It's fine. I'm used to sleeping on the floor anyway. Go sleep on the bed."
All right. Just watch out for the metal shavings.
What?
From the armor I was working on.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay. He now has tetanus.
he kind of shoves all of the things off, and he does like a doggy spin and like curls up, shoving everything out of the way. Yeah.
So Vernon is a lycanthropy. Got it.
Visai is kind of nervous about taking the bed. She kind of looks around for a fireplace. There's not exactly a fireplace, but there is like a big there's like an area where there's uh like a big, like not exactly a cauldron, but like almost like a big plate, and it's expected that if someone is taking care of you, like they'll bake food on there, so it's almost like a wok. She attempts to sleep on that. All right, so Philippe checks in with you at about, I'm going to say about 9:30 in the morning. And he says, "All right, I'm headed out now. I would say it takes." No, he checks in with you about 8:30 in the morning. He says it takes about to get, especially with the crowds and coming from here, it's going to take about uh, maybe about 40 minutes to get there. Um, I mean, that's where everybody's headed, so you should know where to go. You saw the map. Did any of you write it down?
I wrote it down.
Okay. Yeah, so you wrote it down, so you should know where to go. Don't, if you wrote down our plans, don't get caught with that. He says like I can just burn it. Like, okay, good. Cool. So uh yeah, big day. It's a big day. We got this. Varn kind of slaps him on the back. Yeah, we got this. And Philip goes, and you guys are left on your own for about, I mean, you get breakfast from the brothel, the same tiefling that you met last night, that is apparently running the brothel, is, you can tell he's nervous, and you can tell that all the workers are nervous, but they're trying their best to stay upbeat for the customers that spent the night. You guys, how early do you want to get there? I'm gonna say the ceremony starts at about 12:15.
What do you think? 11:30, 11:45 ish, like a half hour.
Varn kind of goes, I want to get there as late as possible. I don't want
So
to be caught by the guards.
how about 5 till then?
5 till? Yeah. Misai just kind of shrugs and goes, as long as we get there. But, I mean, I feel like Varn and myself can blend in a lot better than you two, but I don't really want to split up at this point.
Well, they haven't really seen Najma, have they? She was kind of in the back. The wizard guy never saw her.
No. But she is also a tiefling with blue hair. So people make way for her.
This is also true. She brings attention.
So yeah, the question is, what shall I do? I did think of that. So yeah, what should we do?
So would that mean she'd have to be in the blue front area?
She could theoretically get you up there, yes. If you guys wanted to be up there.
Should we be up there? That's another thing.
That is entirely your decision.
I probably want to be that close in case we gotta run.
So you pull up the
We're too.
map. You see that the ceremony will be taking place on the pier. No one is allowed past here. And even the royal family is up here. So you could be around here or around here. Or back in this area. The blue spinny dot.
Because that little area, the last one you marked off, that'd be like the road going towards one of their distractions, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. But it is,
We could probably.
if you are in the blue area, it is the most accessible road. This one, a little bit, but that is where a lot of the green will be headed. So you could go this way, or you could go this way. Those are the two most easily accessible.
What do you think, Najma?
Varn pipes up and says, I think we should be right here. That way we can escape. But I also kind of want to see. Alright, Misai goes, well, I kind of want to see, the all the fancy people. See what they really think and all that. But, they won't talk to me, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
My vote is also for Varnin's vote, sticking towards the back. So we got 2 for the back, 1 for the front. What do you say, Najma?
Are we talking? And I'm sorry. Are we talking about the back or front of the indigo area?
Yeah, like the bluish area.
Okay. Najma personally would want to take it safe and be in the back area. I think, which was pointed out, had that easier escape route just in case something goes awry.
That sounds good. So it's 3 for the back, 1 for the front. I guess we're sticking in the back.
Welcome to democracy.
Sorry, Mimosa, you don't get your way. I don't say that in character.
She's yeah, she's fine with that. All right. So you guys head out about 11 o'clock. I need you guys all to roll a d20 for me. Sorry, about 11:15. You guys all head out. I need you guys to roll d20.
All of
That's
us
a
roll
19.
D20,
All of you.
every single one of us.
Me included?
No.
Oh.
Let him roll his
Actually,
math rocks.
okay,
I
you can
rolled-
roll one
I
of your
rolled-
math rocks if you want to roll for Varn. Yes, Najma.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Yep. Did you want to roll for Varn?
15.
15. All right.
That's better than Ruby's rolls.
That's facts.
So you guys are very lucky. All of you except Misai outrolled the guard. So you guys make it to the. You guys are walking through the city. Unless you would like to take the light line all the way, but it is very crowded and congested. There's a very long line.
Mm. We'll just take
Well,
the place that's less crowded,
okay. So you guys.
just to get there faster.
Okay. Wait, no, actually, I lied. You guys have the light line from the Orange District, so you guys can just go straight through.
Okay, we'll do that.
So you guys go straight through. It takes, again, about 40 minutes. That's what I was basing my calculations off of. So that would make sense. It'd take like 2 hours for you to walk. It will cost 5 silver from each of you.
I just got this silver. Okay, I paid.
No, not 5 silver for each of you. Five silver for a car. A bubble. So,
Yeah, I'll just pay it. I got the money now.
okay.
Since Varn was being stingy last time, didn't want to pay the 1.
Okay. So you guys get there. It is about between all the traffic and everything, and you have to walk, and there's vendors making their way, selling their wares. You guys get to the spot you wanted. Then people keep sort of like pushing you and sort of jostling you. You end up about right here. So not super close to the exit by the street, but not like in front of the crowd. You just get pushed a little bit.
Yeah, that works for me.
When the sun sort of reaches the height of its power, you see that it's right above the obelisk. And then the obelisk starts to shine and glow. And you see at this point that there is now a figure dressed impeccably, but you can't see more than an outline of them, who's standing in front of, well, specifically Kopak, you can see this because you are tall. The rest of you are having a hard time. But Kopak, you see that there is a figure, basically, you can only see the black shadow of them because the light behind them. And they are sort of arms raised, standing in front of the obelisk. And then you see up, and then actually the rest of you, no, okay. So she's standing right there, and then she turns around, bows, gestures up to the palace, and you see up on a high balcony a drow elf with these massive, sort of all-encompassing sunglasses, waving, and blows a kiss towards the figure on the dock. You can presume that these are the queens of Hidianju.
I cast Meteor Swarm on the docks.
Do you really?
No, that's a 20. That's a 9th level spell for a wizard.
Okay, I'm like, okay.
I'm just chatting shit.
Okay.
Yes, he does.
All right, so you see the figure turn around. The everybody sort of starts to sway with the crowd. Some people start to sort of shout or chant or sing the name Ariania. So Ariania, Ariania. Someone was like, show yourselves to us, bless us again for another year, Ariania. I need you guys to all roll a perception check.
Jeez, bless. Varney got a 14. Plus whatever.
Okay.
Perception. What's my wisdom? 0. So it's just a 16.
Okay.
Unless I can smell this, then I have advantage.
No, I'm gonna say you can't.
I smell God.
I smell a god.
What are you, Kratos? All right.
I'm not that angry.
Boy.
I roll a 17 plus. Let's see here. What's my persuasion?
Perception.
4, I think. Or oh my god, perception. Sorry. Yes, plus 3.
Cool. All right. So you guys all sort of see and hear, as people are chanting, you see that there's kind of some shouting and some guards pushing their way through the crowd and hemming the crowd in, and the very fringes of the crowd are the only ones really affected by this. You guys know what's happening, and you're like, oh, the plan is taking effect. You see some people start to push in towards sort of towards the purple section. Everybody seems to go towards the center. At first, it just seems like a natural part of the crowd to sort of, as everybody's sort of swaying and going, but you see that it's very specifically some of the servants of these higher ups. And they're starting another chant. What was the word I said before? They're starting another chant that sort of goes, no more discrimination, no more discrimination. And you have these two sides, as more and more people start to take notice of these people pushing their way through. And it's mostly yellows, oranges, and reds, but you do see very few upper class, no one in purple, but very few in green and even fewer in blue, kind of join in. And these people are pushing their way through as the guards have been drawn away. So you got two different chants, and it takes a while for the people to notice. I need you guys to roll a strength check because the crowd is starting to push you. It is.
Oh boy, crowd crush.
Yep, you getting people pushing you from all sides, going, Ariania, what, huh? What's going on? Pushing people out of the way. It's not exactly chaos, but it's
Nat 20.
not 20. Okay, you're good. Misai and Varman. Can you roll for Varman again? Itachi.
What is you rolling?
Strength.
18 plus whatever.
Okay. That is
So
a
minus
20.
1.
Is he really a minus?
No, he has a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. What's his dumb stat then? Charisma?
Probably.
Intelligence.
The world may never know.
I rolled a 15, and I have a -1 in strength.
So 14. All of you except knowledge, Misai, because I'm rolling for Misai and I roll like crap. Passed. Kopak, you see your fire genasi friend start to like sort of fall on her face as you see that a lot of these people you're standing with don't even look twice at her, but sort of just shoving her, and she's getting buffeted amongst the crowd.
Can I use my nat 20 to help her?
Yes, that is why I said your name.
Okay.
So you use your nat 20, you kind of grab her and pull her back and sort of shield her with your ginormous elephant body. Um, so there are all these people sort of coming in, there's people pushing in, there's people pushing away, and it's starting to dissolve into chaos. Um, the queen finally up at the pier looks around and you can sort of hear a magically amplified, "What is this? On the day of the festival?" And everyone sort of quiets down a little bit. And then, especially like the purple ranks, you see some of them are carrying ceremonial swords. They start to pull those out. You can see they start to ready spells. Some of the blue rank does as well. And you hear, what did you guys get on your perception again? Did anyone get a nat 20 on perception?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. You guys start to hear a voice, not too far from where you are. It's close it's in the blue section, but it's closer to the ocean. Says, shouts out sort of above everybody, not magically amplified, but you guys are close enough to make it out. There's no more discrimination. And that chant sort of starts to revive itself and get louder and louder and louder. And then the obelisk glows in even brighter, and a lot of the people in the purple rank, who happen to be drow elves who are extremely sensitive to light, but their skin is a purplish color. Um, they and you guys get blinded for a second, and all of a sudden, standing in front of the queen on the dock, um, is what looks like a shining, bright figure. The drow elves in the front, immediately go down on their hands and knees. The queen goes down on her knees. Um, by the way, you guys know the queen's names by now. The queen, the direct descendant of the previous rulers, her name is Delphine. She's the one on the docks. And the one up in the balcony, who's the wife of the ruler, is Celeste. So Delphine also goes down on her hands and knees, but she does not fully bow her head. Celeste up on the balcony does the same. Almost everybody else in the higher ranks in the crowd immediately bows down. What do you guys do? I know Vara and Mona main standing.
I'll probably just stand.
Okay. There's a few visitors you can kind of see, like looking around, like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And they kneel down. Some a lot of them do, not all of them. All of the resistance, all of the what is it, Star Wars? All of the black flags you see from where you heard that first voice call out again. You see Philip, and then you see others around you. Some you didn't even realize how close. And you guys are the only ones standing. The light sort of shimmers
I'm
and
just eating
dies.
popcorn. Be like, well, that's part of the show.
Mhm. The light sort of shimmers and dies out, and you get a view of this goddess for the first time. She's, as far as you can tell, not too terribly tall. Um, she seems to be, it's hard to tell because light is emanating from her. But she seems to be all white, but has sort of rays of light that are like reflecting off of her skin and bursting in a different color. Um, Also, for the record, amongst the crowd of higher ups, you do see a lot of changelings. Um, and you're a little bit too far away to make out features, but she's glowing, and she has this long, sweeping robe that sort of floats behind her of its own sort of energy, and a ribbon that sort of circles her head like a giant halo. Um, and you can also see that this character has exactly one horn, almost like a unicorn's horn, that grows straight out of her forehead. And you hear
Oh,
a
it is
voice,
darky.
go, "My people, are we discontent?" And it is at that moment that you hear, it's not exactly the same, it's not an explosion, but it is definitely something. And you, uh, everything right in front of the goddess, everything within a 20-foot radius suddenly explodes. I need you guys, this explosion is massive, and I need you guys to make dexterity saving throws.
Damn. Y'all are all dying. Holy.
Where'd my D20 go?
I don't know, you just had it.
Oh, there it is. That's a 14. 13 plus 1.
I rolled a 16. I have no dex saving throw. It's a 0.
Okay. I will for Varun. He's fine. So the only one who kind of gets blown back is Misai, and she just gets blown back into you, Kopak, because you're standing sort of like behind her to protect her. So she just kind of like bonks her head. Takes a little bit of
What's
damage.
everybody with bonking themselves into me? Jesus.
You're just a big bonkable object.
I also put on my goggles to try and shield myself from her light, since they're kind of tinted.
Okay. But now the light is partially obscured and factualized because there's a ginormous just cloud of dust and smoke that is hovering in a 20-foot sphere. Now, Itachi, you,
Ease.
the last thing that you remember was you were conducting a ritual, and then there was you heard your god, your patron, speak and say, "Well, this will be fun, I think." And there is a giant rumbling all around you. You Everything within about 20 feet of you just started to shimmer and shake, and then nothingness. The next thing you know, there is a giant explosion around you. Everything is obscured by mist and smoke and dust in a 20-foot radius. You cough a little bit, you realize that there's an extremely bright light in front of you. And you look and you hear the voice of your patron say, "Good luck. I did what you asked." And in front of you, as the smoke sort of clears, you see your sister, except she is shining with a radiant energy and reflecting light off of her very skin.
Euphoria? Is that you? Ask
Brother,
directly to
you disappeared.
her. No. I didn't disappear. You did.
It's been over
Where did you
50
go?
years since you disappeared. Where did you go?
I was at home with father until about 10 years ago, and then I went searching for you because you left and just never came back. No word, no letter, no correspondence at all.
That was 75 years ago that I left. I am now host to the goddess Adriania. And what I do is no longer your concern. There is a revolt amongst my people. And as she says this, her eyes begin to sort of glow, and you can tell that this is now the goddess speaking through her. There is a revolt amongst my people. It is none of your concern, and you are now in my way. For the sake of my host, I will not outright kill you. And she sort of thrusts out her hand, and you are blown back about 500 feet.
Can I catch him?
Roll a dexterity save with or an athletics check with disadvantage, because he's blown back like this way.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, athletics with disadvantage, because he's like all the way back here.
That is a 7.
Nope, you don't catch him.
Sorry, I need to play more basketball. I don't have my ups.
Idru, do you have any spells like Featherfall?
One moment, please.
If you do not, roll an acrobatics or athletics check. See if you catch yourself.
Let's see. Damn, it's gonna hurt. He said athletics or acrobatics. We're gonna go acrobatics. Dirty 20.
Perfect. You manage to sort of, as you get pushed in basically a straight line. And you manage to, as you're getting pushed backwards, flipping around, sort of grab onto people and slow yourself. So you land sort of on your back, and you do like a couple of very painful, non-practiced backflips before you just kind of hit on your back. But you are alive and relatively uninjured. You only have minor scrapes and bruises. And now there is a line directly in front of you, where you can see people sort of looking at you, looking at the goddess. At this point, most of the people are attempting to run away.
Oh, this is severely inconvenient. And I look around for people who don't look panicked.
There don't seem to be a lot of them. Roll a perception check. My friends Kopak and Najma, do you look panicked?
I'm just kind of chilling.
Okay. Are you heading towards the stranger that you tried to catch or no?
Yeah, I'll go see if he's all right. If he needs any healing.
I rolled an 18.
Really the only one that you see that doesn't look panicked. You see a red tiefling to your right, forward about 50 feet, who looks um he looks scared, but he also looks defiant. Um, you see a large elephant man come walking towards you. Um, he looks he's kind of pushing people out of the way. He stands about a foot above everybody else. So he's kind of like walking through. It's like an adult walking through a swarm of children, just kind of tapping their heads and pushing them out of the way. Behind him, you see a very panicked-looking fire genasi. Now, genasis, you definitely know a lot of genasis. You're very familiar with genasis. Um,
Big elephant man, I am not familiar.
no, you have not seen a big elephant man. You roll a history check. You might not know what an elephant is.
Uh,
I'm some weird looking demon to you.
15. Well, an intelligence check of 16, I would assume I know what an elephant is.
Not intelligence, a history.
Oh, history? Same thing, 16.
Okay, I figured it's intelligence. Okay, you know what an elephant is. So there's an elephant man walking towards you. A very panicked looking fire genasi behind him. Um, and he's walking towards you. In the meantime, Najma, you have the option to follow Kopak, or you see Varin start to push his way towards the pier. He seems very angry and wants to get his. He wants to apparently talk smack to a goddess. So he starts going, "Yes, away."
Um,
Those are the exact same color.
um, Najma is very nervous. She looks back, but she sees that Kopak and Misai are okay and they're together in a group. But she also doesn't want Varen to be facing someone all on his own. So
Okay.
she takes a deep breath and she's like, well, just kind of mentally, I'm a cleric. We talk with the gods. This is what we should do. And she tries to head after him.
Okay. So you guys head up here. You two, Varin and you both see that the goddess is kind of glaring at the person that she just killed. And she glances over, looks at the queen, um, and seems to be sort of talking to her because the queen seems to be nodding her head and like she's a little bit behind her, but she's nodding her head and sort of, you know, agreeing and all that.
Can I try to roll to see if I can hear any of what they're saying?
I'm going to say roll disadvantage because you are very far away. You are about 300 feet. Or did I say meters? Did I say meters when I threw you, Itachi?
You did not.
No. So you're 300 feet away. There is a lot of noise and shouting and not exactly. There's some people screaming, but there's not a lot of screaming. But it's a lot of panic.
Okay, I definitely do not hear what they're saying. I rolled a 4 and an 11.
Okay. Yeah. You don't hear.
Sucks.
You walk closer, kind of pushing through the crowd. Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, actually, is it possible? Just because I kind of had this in the first place, can I try to determine, hey, is this actually the goddess that
Roll a religion or arcana check.
Give me a second here.
Boy,
Okay.
that was a set of noises.
Yeah.
You should hear what Drew makes. We've all picked it
I've
up from. Yeah,
I've heard the weird squeals and
we've
high
all picked
pitched.
it up. If you hang around Drew enough, you will pick up his weird mannerisms.
I hear squeals like almost every other Saturday whenever we do subplay.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it is a fucking miracle. I swear to God, I rolled a natural 20.
Woo! Okay. I forget what I was having you roll for because they distracted me. What did you roll for?
Either an arcana or religion. It doesn't
Oh.
really matter because I believe it got +2.
This is yes and no. It is the goddess. You can
Sorry, what was
tell.
that?
Yes and no.
and no. The body is definitely a mortal body. But despite the fact that this looks like a tiefling, with infernal heritage, this goddess seems to be able to channel her divinity through the tiefling and in a way possess the tiefling. So the light that you are seeing is a manifestation of the goddess's power from the soul of the goddess that resides inside of this tiefling. However,
Kind of like
the
an
goddess.
avatar, I guess.
What?
Kind of like an avatar or something.
Yeah, kind of. Except that this, yeah, pretty much an avatar because you can tell with a natural 20 that the goddess can basically leave whenever she wants, but has not done so.
I would like to try and attempt to catch up with Vern and let him know that basically, again, that's the goddess. That's not actually the goddess, but she's speaking through someone.
He's gonna be a good. I got words. So he's gonna keep going. Kopak,
We've got this far. We should probably go.
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I'm making sure our new friend is still breathing.
Okay.
I'm stomping my way towards him, not menacingly. Or trying not to be menacing.
Are you still breathing, Edrew? What are you doing?
I am breathing and I'm blankly staring at two sets of people. I'm blankly staring at this weird group that is approaching me, and then I'm staring at my sister.
Okay.
And then I'm at like a loss for anything. I'm not catatonic, but I'm damn near in that state. Like I'm looking at them. I'm noticing somebody's approaches me, but I'm looking at my sister.
Are you still like sitting on the ground?
Oh yeah, I have not moved.
Okay, cool.
I would stick a hand out and offer it to get you back up.
I reach up, grab your hand, get up to my feet, but I'm like eyes locked on my sister.
I just kind of wave my hand in front of your face and be like, "You okay? Are you blind?" You keep staring in one direction.
No, I can see. That's my sister. She went missing a long time ago, and I've been searching for about half as long.
Your sister's a goddess? Does that
No,
make you a god?
yes. I literally in character just in that yes.
Roll
And
a
I stare
deception
at
check with advantage.
him. Deception. This is gonna be great.
If you want to
Uh,
doubt this, you get to roll a insight check. Kopak.
18
boy.
plus 6, so 24. Good luck.
Yeah, my insight's is 0, so I'd have to get like a nat 20. Yeah, it's a 14.
No. Me say you got a 19. They believe you. They believe now that you are a god.
I stare him deeply in the eye, and I don't actually cast a spell, but I conjure it in my hand. But I I mix thaumaturgy with chilling grasp, so my hand starts to glow a dark purpley blue, and I
Oh,
wave it in front of him, and it leaves this misty streak. And I'm saying no, I'm really just fucking with you. But no, that's my sister's body, but none of the words out of her mouth were hers.
I can do that too. I wave my metal arm, and it does also glows glowy purple shit with the
Oh look,
crystals inside.
are you a god?
Not yet.
Good. But no, seriously, I've been looking for her for a very long time. And now she's here, spouting nonsense. She was never the religious type. Uh, I'm at a loss for words.
Misai pipes up. Um, she just threw you, and well, the goddess that she's with now, I guess, is saying that, some people are like lesser than others because of how they look, and she's we were kind of trying to reverse that, but your sister goddess sister showed up. Do you think you could talk to her and at all?
No offense. I've just met you. Your name is what, by the way?
Oh, I'm Isai.
I am Idru. But I'm pretty sure, as well as everybody that is now running away, has meteoropic entrance, and then me get cascaded across the crowd. I do not think at this current time she's willing to listen.
What? I mean, even to, not even like for our cause, but just like,
She wouldn't even listen to her brother.
okay.
Ah, uh, as friendly conversation. We
Call your dad.
If I could contact my father, he would probably kill us both.
Oh, that's not nice.
Never mind.
Eh, we have a tight knit, close knife to neck family relationship. It's complicated.
Clearly. So you found her. She's a goddess. Why now? Or, well, I guess that's gonna take some time. Uh,
Yeah,
you sure you don't want to talk to her?
sure, I can try again.
Okay.
And Big Elephant Man, if she cascades me across as far as she did, try to catch me this time.
I will do my best. If not, I could probably do something to make your fall a little less hard.
That also works, because that shit hurt.
You seem to land it pretty well,
So,
though.
thanks. I'm used to getting ragdolled. Especially
Ah,
when I try to teleport.
you can teleport.
Not well. Not well. Ugh. As you saw, the explosion was not planned and was not a part of the
Oh,
original flight plan. There was a
gotcha.
bit
Okay.
of a detour. How far away is my sister?
I imagine you guys are talking and walking.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are about 300 feet now. Farin and Najma are about 200 feet, 150 feet.
Alrighty, I walk with the meanest purpose straight to her. Don't care who's in my way. I shove whoever's in my way out of my way, and I walk straight up to her, or as close as I can get.
Okay. All right. So Varin and Najma, you are on your way to talking. As you get closer, the queen, you see that the queen up on the balcony has disappeared. The one at the waterfront is still very respectfully talking to the goddess. Um, and as you guys get closer, the goddess turns her head at you guys are close. Yeah, she just turns her head at almost an unnatural angle. Because she was looking over her shoulder, so and she just kind of stares at you, watches you approach, and the queen sort of starts to do the same.
I sarcastically wave at the queen and give a cutesy little forward bow with my arm across my sternum.
You're still 300 feet away.
Okay, as I get closer,
Okay.
probably within 100 feet, so like within like decent visual distance where you're not squinting to see what I'm doing.
Okay. So
I will lock eyes with the queen and do that, and then lock eyes with my sister and keep walking until
okay.
stopped.
They're not focused on you because Najma and Varin are like right in their face.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Um, Philippe
Yeah,
is
we
sort
got a
of
head start.
yeah. Philippe is sort of going like parallel to you guys. No, stop that. So he's right here. Varin kind of walks up to the goddess like, "You're the one who's the goddess of this place, aren't you?" And the goddess goes, "Impudent child. Yes, I am. You are clearly a traveler. Do not show such respect as I am due." And Najma, she turns to you. "And you? One of my own? No. Another traveler." And she focuses solely on you, Najma, and sort of goes, "What can I do for you, child?"
Cue the freaking dog meme that I know what you are. My gosh, Najma is terrified, but so she's kind of stumbling as she's speaking. I know that you are speaking through that person's body.
How astute.
Why do you treat the people of this country so?
Oh, this one isn't from this country. And she volunteered. It was a opportune match for both. But that is neither here nor there. You are. She sort of like looks you over. You're a cleric. Of which? Of whom?
Yeah, I would like to also know the gods.
You're not up there yet.
And in general.
I am basically accepting anything. Najma, did you have a god or goddess that you follow?
Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. I'm actually I'm also just typing it to you so that 2 seconds here. I realized I wanted to change something, but I forgot. Give me 2 seconds here.
No worries.
If you need to switch to somebody else, that is fine.
Okay. As you guys are talking, as Varan and Najma are talking, Philippe sort of comes up and stands next to Varan. Very, rather defiant. He doesn't even show any deference to the queen or to the goddess, and just sort of stands with his head up, arms crossed, like, no, you're not messing with me. He's gonna wait till you're done talking now. The rest of you come up to within about 50 feet.
As a point of reference, about 150 feet up, I'm gonna cast Mask of Many Faces, and I'm gonna look like a basic human dressed in what's below blue tier?
You would not know this.
I understand this, but what's below blue tier? What, green?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Green
dressed
buddy
in
like
white.
me?
Dressed in white.
Okay.
Like a simple like white shirt, like brown pants.
Okay.
Yeah, and like lighter of skin. You know,
Okay.
my skin complexion just a little bit lighter.
Okay. And your hair color, eye color?
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Okay. You see that this tiefling next to you has changed. He looks different.
Oh, I look at my elephant friend man, and I just hold a finger over my lips and go shh as we keep walking.
I just nod and be like, okay, see where this goes.
Um.
I'm ready whenever you are, person.
Okay,
Sorry
go.
about that. So let's see here. What was the name of the goddess again? Aliania?
Adriania.
Adriania. Sorry about that. Adriania. Also, I want to put that in my notes. How is that spelled?
I-D.
I-D.
Uh-huh. It's phonetic. Idriania.
Let's see here. Idriana.
I'm typing it.
Sorry.
I just can't spell out loud.
You're fine. I'm just bad at listening.
All right.
Jeez, perfect combo.
Adriana. Okay.
And that's pronounced Adriania.
Yes.
Okay.
You already knew this. You're the only one who passed your Arcana check.
Hey. Shh.
Sorry, are you talking to me or him?
Him.
Okay.
Who's the only one of the party who passed the Arcana check. All right. So,
okay, sorry, I am ready.
Itachi,
Yes.
because I just looked up Mask on Many Faces. It's a wondrous item.
So,
You did not let me know beforehand. I need you to roll a d20 to see if you attune.
I was about to say it's an Eldritch Invocation.
Is it?
But yeah, I have it at
Oh.
will as a Eldritch Invocation disguise self. Disguise self under the context of Mask of Many Faces. That's what it told me, but it's basically just disguise self.
It is.
For
Let me
1
check.
hour.
Because that is a what's the thing called for warlocks?
Eldritch Invocation.
Yeah. Okay, I'll look it up. Go ahead and
Still roll a d20 if you want me to.
I'm trying to freaking find it. I don't know where the invocations are. Okay.
It's on Player's Handbook, page 107.
It's in my backpack.
My 3 Eldritch invocations are Eyes of the Runekeeper, Devil Sight, and Mask of Many Faces.
Okay.
Mask of Many Faces, that one, the Mask of Many Faces specifically is Player's Handbook, page 111, and it says you can cast Disguise Self at will without expending a spell slot.
Give me a second.
Oh, take your time.
Who the fuck is it? Okay. Anyway. Oh, look. This is weird. I wonder why I can't find it. There we go. All right. So you guys are sort of all within about 100 feet at this point. And okay, cool, I found it. Yeah, you guys are all within 100 feet. Your the goddess sort of like looks at all of you and kind of looks at the queen and goes, "Well, your majesty, it seems like only one of our people is here to protest." And she looks at Philip. And the queen sort of goes to look at him as well. And the goddess says, "Well, you are red. You are dissatisfied." And he goes, "Yes, I am. I do not deserve the treatment that I get because of how I was born." She says, Iriania says, "This is the natural order of things." And she holds up a rainbow on her palm that stretches to her other palm. And says, "Violet is the most vibrant of the colors, and red, not so. It is simply the natural order, and I simply enforce it." Bard is going to shout out, "That's not right. It's not how things should work." And the goddess just looks at him and goes, "Nature isn't always fair. It is what it is." All right. And me as a DM, I'm going to put a pause on our stuff right now and wait until next week when we can get Varin back and maybe Corey and Mela, because I don't want Varin to have this very important roleplay moment without him. So,
That is
Works for me.
A-okay.
That is fine.
Um,
Great cliffhanger though, dude.
yes. So if you would like, I can attempt to make a really, really fast like one shot, or we can just meet up next week. And I won't have a lot of time to stay.
That is
Personally, I
up.
would just go with. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it is up to the group. I am fine either way.
For me personally, it would be best if we continue this next week. I
Okay.
have some things to do.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll meet up next week.
Okie dokie. And we are done for today. Thank you for being here through my rambling madness and my unpreparedness. I hope you enjoyed.
No, you're fine, dude. No, you're fine, dude. You did like amazing.
So we finally had
It-
Itachi.
Yes.
Woo!
And I apologize. Do we know your character's alignment, or we're just figuring it
No.
out?
You do not
eh,
know. You can ask as a player, but your
I will.
character does not know.
I will. I will
What?
give you this. If your character picked up on my snide remarks, you should have a semblance of a guess.
I don't think
Just
her
even.
characters
No,
interact
I
with
don't
you
think.
yet.
Yeah, I was
No.
about to say. I don't think they came to me. It was just you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Kopek and
and
Misai.
yeah. Never mind. Well, Kopak should have an idea, but in the general aspect, I don't expect him to ever guess correctly, but yes. But if you want to know as a player, I can tell you.
Yes. All right. Well, I will see you guys next week.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to spend an
Hopefully.
hour next week just shopping, just haggling with the old man.
I mean, if that's what you want, we can do that. But it I may not have you survive the next fight if you do that.
But
If I steal all his magic items.
Doofus Boofus, I am